Hi, I'm Becky Pallack. I'm a reporter at the Arizona Daily Star. Joining me is Sarah Garrecht Gassen, a columnist and a member of the editorial board, and we're here to talk about endorsements. Sarah, what is the editorial board exactly?
We are the people at the top of this page. We are the ones who are separate from news, and we put together the opinion section of the paper.
Okay, and how did you guys go about doing the endorsements? What's the behind-the-scenes view?
We invite all the candidates to come in for an interview. We do a lot of research. We talk to them, and we then get together and talk about what are our values, what are our institutional positions, and what candidates do we think are going to do the best, most effective job for Southern Arizona.
So what did you look for in a candidate for Congress? I noticed the board endorsed 3 Democrats for Congress, but it seemed like you also highlighted their independent and practical sides.
Exactly. We don't really pay any attention to party affiliation. The Star does have a long history of endorsing Republican candidates. We've endorsed John McCain, John Kyle over the years. This time it ended up we went with the 3 Democratic incumbents, but there are also 3 people who have been not hewing to the party line. On the progressive side, Raul Grijalva has been much more willing to, he's on part of the progressive leadership. He's been very critical of the White House on immigration issues, but he represents his district very well. It's a heavily Democratic district. With Kirkpatrick in CD1 and then Ron Barber in CD2, they've been very independent from their leadership. So, and they get into the weeds and get into the issues on the border and then up in northern Arizona. And so they've done really practical things, don't necessarily get a lot of headlines, that we felt demonstrated that they really do understand the issues and represent their divided districts very well.
Okay. And the editorial board conducted long interviews with lots of candidates. What stood out to you in the interviews that you did for the governor candidates?
2 of the things that stood out to us with the governor was that both candidates, Doug Ducey on the Republican side and Fred Duvall on the Democratic side, was that they were really pretty vague. They talked in big pictures, kind of big swipey things. We're talking about income taxes and education, but not a lot of meat on the bones of their plans. And that's something that we talk about in our endorsement of Fred Duvall, that he's going to really need to get in there and put some meat on those bones. The other thing that we noticed was that they're both relative newcomers to politics in terms of holding office. So that's something, they were both applying for jobs that they haven't really held before.
Voters are still getting to know them. And voters have 9 choices in the Tucson Unified School District governing board race. Any tips for voters on how to narrow it down to 2 choices?
Well, we went with Jen Darland and Betts Hidalgo Putnam, or did I get that backwards? Putnam Hidalgo. Anyway, Betts. And we went with them because they both seem to us to be people who are independent. They have supporters, but they seem to be people who'd be willing to act independently, but also have a good sense of being involved in the process, that they were kind of in the weeds kind of people.
Right. Thanks for watching. You can find all the endorsements at tucson.com/opinion, and you can find our voter guide at tucson.com/elections.